ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Smokin Tabacco Show. My name is Matt Tobacco from SmokinTabacco.com, and I am joined once again by my beautiful fiance, Smokin Nicole, and we're really burnt out, to be honest with you. It's been a long 2 months, and we've already done a show this week. For those who don't know, we just wrapped up our Cigar Family Charitable Foundation fundraiser raffle, which I'm proud to say we raised a total of $51,000 for Cigar Family Charitable Foundation. So we had that blast on Tuesday night, and man, we are still tired. It has been, we were packaging up all the prizes and getting them out.
I called out of work sick today to package prizes, just so you know.
It's
That's what happened.
it's been a long week, but we're here. I'm really excited because I've been looking forward to this. We have our friend Jeff Amendola of Amendola Family Cigar Co with us tonight. Jeff, welcome back to the show. Which, by the way,
thank you.
I don't know if you realize this, but we are almost exactly to the day a year later. I got the memories on Facebook, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, shit, they're coming on tomorrow.
A couple days off.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's been just about a year since you've been here last. And in that year, Amendola has changed. They've done some growing, making some moves. Some new cigars have come out.
Some physical moves.
Some physical moves as well. But, you know, I'm really excited because you guys are a newer brand, an up-and-coming brand. I've been really excited by everything that I've seen from you guys so far. Got a lot of time to see and spend time with you guys at the trade shows, catch up with you, see, get firsthand, see what you guys have, hitting the market. Last time you guys came on, I think you had just released the third cannoli, I think. Or
the other two cannolis, actually.
The other two. Since then, you've come out with Padrino and the Special as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm smoking right now, the Speciale.
Yeah, those are some really good cigars too. But no, you guys have had a really busy year. So tell us about. I guess we'll dive right into it. Just tell us a little bit about what you guys have been doing since we talked to you last, or the audience, watching has heard from you guys, and what you guys are working on this year.
Yeah, where to begin? Let's see. Last year was actually, we had an awesome year. We did both trade shows. We grew the business, obviously. Chris went through a lot of personal things in his life. We had a lot of internal things going on too, I mean, we're people, everyone's got their stuff, right? Family issues, job issue, work, whatever.
Of course. So
we had some of that element, as far as personally, where we had to kind of look out for each other. A lot of good, some things that, you got to deal with personally, but through it all, we've been able to just keep the flow, keep the momentum going, which is great. So like you said, we released, the cannoli, the full cannoli line came out early last year, like in this late winter, early spring. Brought it out to PCA. That's been great. And then we released the Padrino Special, which I got to say, and I think I told this to you at the TPE, the Special is my new favorite blend that we make. It's just something, it's my wheelhouse all the way. And when we were doing the cigar, I wanted it to be special, and it came out, hence the name Special. It came out special, very special. So that's great. We do have some exciting news this year. We haven't, there's two things really that I'm really proud about. The first is that we just opened up, and we haven't even put it out there yet. We haven't done any press releases on it yet, so I guess people are hearing it here first. But we just opened up exclusive. We just opened up distribution to England.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I've been working on that for a long time. But we sent over our first order to the UK. I think end of April, early May.
Ooh, where in the UK?
So England is going to be, the company is Rebellion Cigars. and they have their own platform for sale. They do online. They have I think some retail avenues, and then they'll take our product to their trade shows and then put it out on the market there, whether it's in England. I think they can sell to Germany, and a couple other countries that are under that same licensing and umbrella, because they have to get our blends have to be registered over there, that they're going to sell. So that was awesome. I feel like that's a big opportunity, because now that our blends are registered there, there's no holding back anymore. If people want it, they can get Amendola Family Cigars. Which is great. Very excited about that. The second thing is we kind of through our time as a company, we have, for some reason, I don't know if it's because we're a smaller company still trying to grow. We have growing pains, which are good. I mean, it means we're doing something right. Like, growing pains meaning, oh, we can't order 10,000 cigars anymore. We have to order 30,000 cigars or 50,000, et cetera, as an example. So we've had issues throughout the years, like with production, and some of the factories are giving us first priority, or putting us on the back burner sometimes. So we decided to, part of the game, like, you gotta deal with it, get through it, and keep going, which we are. And one of the things that we decided to do was kind of to help that issue is to make a cigar in the U.S., where we don't have to worry about shipping times, containers, and what better place than back home to New York? One of the factories that helped me get started in the beginning of my learning how to roll cigars, was Martinez Cigars in Manhattan. You know those guys?
I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
Yeah.
familiar.
So we're working out. I can't go into too much detail with what's going on, but we worked out a partnership with them. We released one blend already for the Smokin Connoisseur Club. It was we did a torpedo, a Maduro, San Andre Maduro torpedo.
Okay,
Small
nice.
run. Yeah. We did it for Abe and that, and we made it with Martinez.
Yep.
And that got a lot of good feedback. Like, everyone, it was a blind tasting. You guys do that, right? Are you
We
part of
don't
that?
do it
Or
anymore,
not?
but we were one of the, I think we did like the first
Yeah,
2
we were one of
months
the
or
first
so
people. Yeah.
to do
Okay.
it. It just we
That's
don't
what
even have enough time to smoke other
yeah,
cigars.
no. I get it.
For
What a
me,
horrible,
I really liked
what
it
a
at the.
horrible thing. We don't have time to smoke cigars because we're smoking cigars. We're smoking too many cigars already.
Yeah.
It's
And
true.
for me, it was like, I don't want to take up a slot from someone, if I can't fully
Right.
commit to it all the time. So, but I think it's
Yeah.
great, and I fully support it.
Yeah, I think it's
It's such a
awesome.
cool idea.
It is. It
Yeah,
really
I
is.
love it.
But that's great
So
to hear that you got that blind feedback, and it was
yeah,
great because people
that's what
rate
I
them.
was. They rate them blindly.
Yeah, they rate. Well, no, but
No.
like some of them have been mean. Like the bad
Oh yeah.
ones have been bad,
Yeah.
but you don't
Some of
know.
them
So
have been.
so it's good that
I
it's
know. I was scared. It's like,
yeah.
ooh, I hope this is. I hope this is good. I know. I liked it, but you never know.
Yeah.
People think. But Kevin Shahan, I think he reviewed it blindly, didn't know it was us, and he put out his number one for that month. And overall, I think the club, we were like number one or number two, or right next to Juan Cancel with Protocol,
Yeah.
whatever cigar he did. That we were like right 1 and 2 with him.
Yep.
So Chris and I were talking, and we're like, man, everyone loved this cigar. Got really good feedback. I love it. Chris loves it. Martinez wants to work, wants to do some stuff with us. We've talked about it throughout the years. So we decided to we're going to put that in full production, and we're coming out with a New York City NYC series line. The beautiful thing about that is that it will always be in stock.
Yeah.
It'll always be readily accessible. And,
I love that though. More American made cigars.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep. Why
Yeah.
not? You know?
We've seen a lot of other manufacturers start, doing some stuff in Miami, and
Hmm.
you have, Jeff Borshowitz down at Corona has the whole Florida
Yeah.
sun-grown thing going on. So it's definitely something that we're seeing more and more of, and I think it's really cool. It's nice. Some more
Yeah,
stuff here in the
I do
mainland.
too. Yeah, I love it too because we have more access to that factory. They're like family to me. So I mean, there's nothing holding us back from going back home for a couple of days and sitting with the rollers or Jesus and working on a cigar. And blending a cigar together. I mean, open door policy, and they're making some moves too. They're switching their game up a little bit, and they're getting in some really good tobaccos. Pretty much anything we want. Like we'll have access to a ton of different tobaccos, which I'm excited about. So any new project we do, if we want to do it with them, it's just like kid in the candy store. We can kind of really pick and play with some new things.
Hmm.
So we're hoping to have this cigar released. We got to work on some of the marketing and things. We got to fine tune some of that before we really put it out on the market. But hopefully by end of summer, we wanted it for PCA. Um, but it'll probably be right after that, logistically, like once we get the bands and the boxes and all that stuff. So that's really exciting, and I think it's going to turn into a project coming out in summer, and then another project coming out for the holidays, which
Ah.
Nice.
would be really awesome. You guys would definitely like that one, and I'm not going to say what it
Okay.
But we'll like it.
Okay.
is, but
We're
you'll like
easy to please.
Nothing but teasers on this
it.
show tonight.
uh, and and then what else, man? I mean, Chris moved to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting tattooed right now, and that's why he's not here.
Well, it was
Um,
interesting because earlier in the week he was saying like, "Oh yeah," he goes, "I'll be there, but I'll be in the tattoo chair," and I was like,
yeah.
"Wow, bring it!" But now he's not here.
Hold on. He might have been all gung ho then, but after you've been in the chair, probably changed.
Well,
Probably like,
I
I don't
told him
think so.
too. I said it would be cool if you could go on while you're in the chair, but you're gonna have the tattoo gun going.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have they always have music playing. I mean, people are gonna be, who knows? Well, it might not be,
Who
it might
knows?
not be good. Who knows what goes on? Certain tattoo shops gets a little live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, he said he's gonna try to hop on, and we'll see. But I'm also in the process of trying to relocate as well, where we can focus a little more on the Florida market, and we'd like to open up a office and potentially our own little hub or lounge type of situation there eventually, where
Yeah,
people can have a little more access to us as a brand and a company, you know,
yeah, that's really
like a
cool.
Yeah.
destination spot.
Yeah,
My mind is reeling already. I'm like, you need like a New York style Italian cigar lounge with like food and
Right?
cigar
That's what I'm saying.
in Florida.
My
Come
idea,
on.
yeah, my idea was to have like we'll find a guy to make some pizzas up front or some like little sandwich, small pasta dishes.
Yeah.
That'll be like the front, and then you got to go through the back door where like the office will be in the little speakeasy Amendola lounge.
oh, there
You
you go.
know,
That sounds
it's kind of
cool.
like you gotta go through the restaurant to get to where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
my
I
idea.
like that.
yeah, I like that too.
I
That's cool.
know.
And it's got to be in Florida though, so it's nice all the time. 'Cause New York,
It's
I
gonna be
mean,
nice all the time.
we know it gets cold and dreary here for part of the year,
Part of the year.
or half the year.
Most of the year. Most of the
Half
year.
the year. Yeah.
Oh
Oh.
man. So yeah,
Um.
no, Florida. I mean, that would be a great spot. Plus, I mean, that's kind of where you need to be, as a cigar maker,
Yeah.
or a
I
brand.
agree.
Down in Florida, that's where everyone is. That's where the action is. So it's hard to not be down there. Um,
Yeah.
Now, speaking of continuing to grow and all that, you talked about as we know because we saw you there. You went to the PCA
Hmm.
show last year. You went to TPE.
Yes.
Awesome to see you guys there. You guys look like you had a hell of a time. You guys were busy. Uh,
Uh,
what about PCA this year? Are we making a return to PCA this summer?
so yes and no.
Okay.
Our initial plan was yes, we were all in 100%. Um, then we had some issues with our production, and we pulled out thinking we don't want to go and promise our retailers product when we're not getting answers we need from the factory. They've had some, maybe they had some internal issues or whatever's going on. So we pulled out, but now we're trying to get back in, or at least have a presence because of some of the new projects we are working on. We would hate to miss out on that opportunity. So we're still, honestly, it's going to be like a last minute thing, but we're trying to make it happen. We're trying to do everything we can, whether or not we have our full line, or at least we have some sort of representation with some of the new blends that we can start passing out and get some good feedback and get them into some of the retailers' hands. So now I said a lot without saying much, but we're going to try to figure that out here in the next couple of weeks for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I hate to use the word, or the phrase, I should say, like crunch time. But, we're getting down to that, almost
It's
that
crunch
final
time.
month, So people like
It
yourself who are not in a place where, like, it's set in stone, you're ready to go, you know what's happening, now you're just kind of going over the little stuff. You guys are still trying to figure out whether or not you're actually going to be there. Which is a huge thing, and and the thing is, we talk about this, going into a trade show, is there's even the month or two before, there's still a bunch of people who are still either not committed or like yourself, like you want to go, but it's just you have these other things that you need to make sure happen before you can go, and that's really kind of out of your hands. So. Then it comes down to like a week before, and you're like, okay, we have product, things are good to go, and it's like, but it's a week before, we got to fly out like in 4 days. Like, how do we make this happen?
I know.
It's tough. It's tough for a brand to commit to a trade show. It really is.
It is tough. It's tough. It's especially tough for, like I said, like especially younger brands. I feel like maybe not just younger brands. It could be any anything can happen. I guess, right? And whatever your timeline is. Things happen, right? I know what happened to us last year was that we didn't expect the amount of sales we were going to get, or the like honestly, we shared a booth with our distributor with Illusione. We had a little table, no really representation other than just us being there, but we did really well. Like we sold a lot of product.
Wait, what are you talking about? You were the highlight of that booth. Everyone was always over at the Amendola part of the booth doing their interviews. I remember this.
He doesn't want to overshadow the Illusione.
I know, but they were but they were right there. They had the prime spot on the end.
The thing is, we did not expect that at all. Like,
really?
We did not expect that. We had no idea. We were like, oh, we'll slide in. Maybe we'll sell some cigars, pick up a few new accounts, but we went like above and beyond. And it was hopping actually. We did a lot. Yeah, we did a lot of interviews.
You were always busy.
Actually. You're
right. You guys just thought like we're two schmucks with a table. Like they're probably gonna be like, what are those guys on the end? I don't know.
Who are these guys? Yeah. Nobody cares.
No, but I think it's a real testament to the fact, you both like got your personality out there, so everyone wanted to like gravitate towards you, like
that's awesome.
To figure out what's going on.
And then you guys were down at the Great Smoke too.
That was awesome. I had a great time.
Oh man, we had some fun.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah, there was one point that it was me, you, Chris, Mickey, Peg. How about that cigar, guys? We were all sitting at a table together.
Oh yeah.
And Mickey was just like, "You guys want another round? Another round?" Yeah. And I'm like, "Okay." And we just started getting in the bag, which is what happens when you're with Mickey Peg.
He's a good guy. I like Mickey.
Love Mickey. Love him to death.
That was a good time, man. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, see, those are the parts of those events that like people don't usually see. Is the fun that we have outside of the actual events.
Yeah,
that's where the magic really happens.
That's why right. That's why I really like going to these. I like being a part of these things because the relationships you cultivate are awesome. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta do a little business here and there, but when you can really get with your people, meet new people, have a good time, smoke good cigars. That's what it's all about.
And the one thing I like about you and Chris is that people will see you guys on these shows, or they'll whatever they see interviews of you guys, from the trade show. But the reality is,
Mhm.
if you ever get to sit down with Chris and Jeff, I mean, what you see is what you get. They're honest, nice people. They're a fun time, great personalities. They'll, it's a blast. I mean, it really is. So anytime you get to go
Thanks,
to
pal. Appreciate that.
it's nothing but the truth. It's nothing but the truth. I can speak to this personally. I've done it several times. If there's
Good.
ever an Amendola event, you got to go and check it out because, I mean, even if you don't buy cigars, which you will, I know you will, but even if you don't, the experience that you'll have with those two is just unforgettable. You'll never forget it. So, Amendola is a small company, but it's on the rise. They're making moves, and they've done amazing so far. Every cigar that I've had that you guys have put out so far, I've loved it.
Which we didn't even
Thank you.
talk about what we were smoking tonight.
That's true. Jeff,
yeah.
I know you what were you smoking over there? The Speciale,
I'm
correct?
smoking the Speciale, yeah.
I'm smoking
My
the Naturale.
Yes.
Did I say that right? I'm bad
Yes.
with pronunciation sometimes.
And I have the Padrino.
Delicious.
The Padrino.
Oh.
Padrino is probably my number
I
one.
love the Padrino.
I
do
love that cigar.
See, that's Chris's number one. That's like his number one blend that we have on the market right now. Mine is a Speciale. His is the Padrino.
Mm.
Although I love it too. I mean, I love it. I love that cigar. We were talking about that actually. You gotta like your cigars. You know what I mean? If you're making cigars, you gotta like
can't
them.
not like them.
I know, that's true.
You can't. But some people make cigars that maybe they're not really thinking about themselves, or they're just thinking about what might sell. And
Which
I
is
was
true.
thinking about it. You know what I mean? But Chris and I were talking. I'm like, dude, I actually love all of our cigars for different reasons and different moments. I just love them, and I've spoiled myself because sometimes I just want to smoke ours, which is probably normal.
Yeah.
Um,
As you should.
but
I mean, to an extent.
I should, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just always like blown away by. I'm like, wow, we did this. This is awesome. This tastes good. Then I smoke this one. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And then I'm like, we're really blessed to have access to the factory partners that we have, the tobacco we have, and it's just phenomenal. I love it. It's great.
It's funny because you mentioned that you're like sometimes I just want to smoke my own stuff, which is true, and you should. But it's funny because you talk to manufacturers and
They all say the same.
they all say the same thing. But the difference is there's a lot of manufacturers out there who have a portfolio that's 10 times the size of yours. So you're telling me that they love every single SKU that they have?
That's what I'm saying.
They'll never admit they don't. They'll never
somewhere
admit
in
they
there,
don't,
you're just putting stuff out to put it out, for
And
whatever.
you're telling me that some of those brand owners are not like, like I don't want to name names as an example because then I'm going to put someone on the spot if they're listening. But
Name them.
it's like,
Controversy.
but it's like, you're telling me that there's people out there who are not like, hey, you know what? I really enjoy Padron 1964. I have my own brand, but I really like smoking Padrones. I'm going to smoke something that's not mine. Of course they do. If they like a cigar, they're going to smoke it,
Of course. And I got some of those, I'll throw them in the rotation here and there.
And
But then I'm like, well, I really want to smoke a Speciale,
I was going to say, but as a brand owner, and you specifically, you blend, you know how to roll. Not that takes away from someone who owns a brand who doesn't, but given the fact that you do have those skills personally, it has to be interesting for you, or even just help you while you're blending your own stuff. To smoke a lot of other brands and other blends that other people make. Just
and I've been
to
doing
have
that more in the past 3
in your
years,
head.
4 years or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
Because I mean, it's gotta give you, especially someone who knows how to do that yourself, to really be able to smoke other people's things and pick up on certain tobaccos and notes to be able to like, all right, well, I'm trying to blend something myself and I want it to be like this. I smoked, this from Arturo Fuente and I was getting this kind of profile. I want to try to mimic that, but I want it more with like a Nicaraguan base, just shit like that you use to your advantage.
I think the other way that helps out is when you work with tobacco yourself and roll it yourself and kind of blend it yourself. And Chris has been doing a lot more of that, or just having access to tobacco. It's not like you almost. It's sometimes it's harder for a company to just trust the factory to do what they want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
And even for us, it's not like they would try to undercut us or change something, but maybe they, they want to make your cigar, or they want the business. They might not have exactly what you want, but they'll put other stuff together. I can kind of pick up on that. You know what I mean? Like if we have a concept and a blend idea, and we're already working on a blend here, hands-on ourselves, and then we go to the factory and start getting the samples, it's good to know if they're doing really what you want them to do or
Right.
not. More than just smoking them. It's because sometimes I can pick it up right away and be like, this is not what we blended. This is not that it's a bad cigar. This was not what we had in mind, or the tobacco we wanted at all. And then we go back to the drawing board. That does help a lot, and I'm glad that I've had the time and the experience to pick up on things like that. It really does help.
So you mentioned that Chris.
Because it happens.
You
Yeah.
mentioned that Chris is getting a little bit more involved in that process. So is Chris like starting to learn how to roll and kind of hone his skills on that?
Well, yeah. When we partnered up a couple of years, he really wanted. He knows tobacco pretty well, right? Even from a consumer standpoint, he's been smoking cigars for a while. He knows tobacco, but then when we partnered up, he really wanted to get into more, just to kind of understand more of the roll, how to roll, because we were blending together, and his palate, my palate, what tobaccos we want to use, blah blah blah. So yeah, he I showed him a little bit at first, some little things, and he's been teaching himself just to be able to do it at home. Just to have that knowledge. We always say this, that when you have a company, you got to know how to do everything, whether it's sweeping the floor, changing a doorknob, doing the books, making cigars, whatever it is. You got to at least know or be able to do or have somewhat of a knowledge of everything. In my opinion, to be a successful brand. Yeah, so he been getting into some of the hand rolling, and hopefully once we get set up down there in Florida too, we'll have a little station set up, maybe in his garage, or before we get a spot, maybe set up a couple rolling tables, just for us to mess around with and stuff like that. So,
I picture
there we
Jeff
go.
like critiquing him.
I
Roll
do
me
all the
another
time.
one.
I can just picture.
That's messed up.
I just picture the two of them going at it. Jeff being like, "Nah, Jeff, you don't want to roll it this way," but or Chris, and then Chris just being like, "Would you get off me, bro? Jeez, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm only trying to show you, bro. I know, but you're up my ass."
That would be a great a great lie.
Yeah, we
just
we should. That would be good. That would be good. Nah, he's rolled some that are pretty good. I mean, some of them, it might not look the best, but it tastes pretty good.
He's not even here to defend himself.
I know, he's
it's
not.
sad. But that's what you get. That's what you get when you choose to get a tattoo during the show.
that is true.
Oh,
That is true.
man.
Yeah.
So let's
Talking shit.
I just want to take a minute too and say happy birthday to Joey Bianco, who is watching right
Joey,
I wanted
now.
to say
happy
that as
birthday,
well.
buddy.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Joey B. Salute.
Joey.
I'll raise a glass.
That's.
Absolutely.
I got a can. I'll raise the
I know,
can.
Raise your
We'll raise
cans.
our-
Raise
We're
your
drinking-
cans.
Bacardi, a strawberry mojito.
Drinking rum in a can.
Rum in a can.
Joey,
Yeah.
I put whiskey made by a Sicilian in a glass to salute you. So, actually, yeah. Can I talk about this a second?
Yeah.
Well, first, before you do, Joey did have a question
Yeah.
for you. He said, ask him how many magazines he's been in.
Quite a few. As you know, Joey, I'm a public figure now. And now you say that, I have to show it.
Oh. Oh, you have it framed?
Wow,
Yeah.
right there with the new kids on the
Ooh.
block. Oh, I see. You are the new kids on the
That's
block.
right.
Ah, I didn't see it. I
Ah.
didn't see it. Oh, shit. That looks good.
That does look good.
That looks good.
That's got to go in your
Yeah.
office. Bam.
Yep, I'm saving it. I'm not even putting it up in my house right now. 'Cause I'm not putting anything up here. I'm leaving.
I'm out.
For when I'm out. I'm not even getting settled.
What were you gonna say though before I brought that up?
Oh,
drink.
I was gonna say, I found this really awesome distillery, and the guy's Sicilian. Like, Straight off the boat, Sicilian. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He lives in a small little country town in North Carolina called Madison. I don't say it's not country, but it's out there.
Yeah.
It's called Gia Distillery, and a mutual friend linked us up, and he loves he's a big cigar guy, and he had me come out to his distillery and roll cigars for the day, just to kind of hang out with his clientele. We did some tastings and things like that. But he makes a Solera style whiskey. He makes it himself.
Oh, wow.
It's called FJW.
Nice.
It's really good. He makes brandy. He does a grappa, Italian style grappa. He makes wines, and he showed me his whole facility. Like, he's got the barrel. He does the whole thing. Like,
So he's legit.
he's legit. I was blown away. Every time I see like a local or like a non-Kentucky bourbon, I'm a little skeptical because I love bourbon so much,
Yeah.
And but I tell you, I'm drinking it right now. It's really good, and it's $30 a bottle. It's awesome. It's like a great everyday whiskey, and he's making a single malt whiskey. It's going to be released in the winter. His version of, you can't call it a Scotch, but it's going to resemble a 10 or 12 year single malt, if you will.
Nice.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah.
Well,
great.
Joey has another thing he wants me to bring up, but before I do that, I
Oh,
want to get to our
oh
news
boy.
segment really quick. Our news this week is once again brought to you by our friends at Micallef Cigars. If you head over to micallefcigars.com, you can sign up to become an official ambassador, where you get your official ambassador number, your coin, and while you're at it, head over to their Facebook group, Micallef Ambassadors, and sign up to join. We can hang out and smoke with your fellow ambassadors and enjoy Micallef cigars. This week in the news, United Cigars to release 25th anniversary limited edition selected tobacco humidors for Ambassador Fine Cigars. Ambassador Fine Cigars is a retailer down in Arizona, and this is a beautiful. This is something that they've been doing with a few of their retailers. They did this with Jeff at Corona. They did a 25th anniversary. They did a 20 or 25th anniversary with a shop known as Cigars on the Avenue down in Winter Park, Florida, or actually in Kearney's neighborhood. They did a 10-count Byron based on the Distinguidos line.
Were those the blueberry ones?
Yeah.
They were good.
And I bought a box of those, and I only have a couple left. Those were fantastic. This, you can read about it at smokintabacco.com, and there's some photos with the renderings on there. It'll be a 40-count humidor, and it's going to come with, let me just find this really quick. It's going to come with 10 extra aged edition Bandolero Colosales, 10 Byron Distinguidos, 10 Atabey Ritos, and a new cigar from Selected Tobacco will debut through this project. 10 of the unreleased Alfonso No. 3, a 6x54. So there's a new line of cigars coming from from Selected Tobacco, Nelson Alfonso's brand, that will join Atabey and Byron and Bandolero, and it'll be known as Alfonso. And it'll be exclusively through here. Now, I assume at some point this is going to be expanded into the line, but
I wonder if they'll have it at PCA.
I'm curious if that'll be there, because it's the first time this has been public knowledge, and it's been put out there about the Alfonso line. They're coming back to the trade show this and they
year.
will be. United will be at PCA this year. They weren't there last year. In last year's PCA, as you know, Jeff, there was TPE in May, and then in July there was PCA. So there was a lot of people who didn't come to PCA. Now, TPE happened so much long ago in January.
Yeah, 6 months, 7 months.
A lot more people are going to be, not in that predicament again. So United will be there, Micallef, LFD, they'll all be at PCA. I think Casa Cuevas is coming back.
Yeah, well, they came to TPA.
They did come to TPE.
They weren't at PCA last year, but I believe they'll be at PCA this year. So
yes, so
good
we have that
guys.
to
I
look
like
forward
them.
to. Yeah, great guys, fantastic guys.
Casa Cuevas is great. Yeah.
Oh,
we're happy to see a lot more people returning this year for sure.
I think it's going to be a bigger show than last year for sure.
LFD coming back.
LFD. Yeah, that's right. Carney will be back. I can't wait.
Yeah, where's John Carney?
Well, after his baby,
Well, actually, John Carney's on the road again. He is doing.
Oh, he is?
I think is he doing another gourmet smoke session tonight? I think he's doing an event tonight.
The
I believe.
Tordoma. That's not
okay.
what the event's called though. That's the cigar, right? The Tour del Mundo.
That's that's the collection of the cigars. But yeah, I think he's doing another event tonight. So yeah, Carney's back on the road doing events. So he hasn't really been around as much, but when he is available, he does hop on.
I picture him coming back to PCA just like WWE style, like busting in, like he's gonna have his own announcement.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. He's gonna walk into the trade show floor. He'll have his dress shirt on. He'll look business cat. He'll look the part, but he'll have his Crocs on, and he's just gonna walk in, and he's gonna be like, "Daddy's back."
Daddy's home.
He's gonna say, "Daddy's home."
You better be bringing some soap with him.
I
know, right?
Yeah,
according to him, he already has all the soap he needs because he loves the soap in the Venetian rooms. So, and I believe that's where Carney is staying. When I get John's room number,
great soap.
Because I'll get it as soon as he arrives. When I have his room number at the Venetian, I will make that public information. I'll just be very strategic about it, so I don't blow his cover. But I will make sure that you guys know what room he's staying in.
Isn't that the soap that's the Mojave? Is it the Mojave?
I think
soap?
So. Yeah.
I actually really do like that soap too.
It's a good soap.
It's a good hotel soap if you can remember it like a year later.
Yeah.
It really. That's the thing. That's the thing. It really is.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Yeah. It's gonna be a good time. It's Carney's. Oh man, we're already talking about our dinner reservations, and we're already planning it out. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wants me to come pick him up at the airport because we're already gonna be in town. I'm like, I'll see. I don't know what our situation is, but yeah. So it's a good time. Now going back to it, Joey had brought up. Ask Jeff about when I pranked him at Castro's if he remembers.
Of course I remember.
Can we hear the story?
Yeah, we got to hear this one.
Yeah, so we have an ongoing, joke about being in a magazine and now, we're public figures and all that. It's funny. So I met up with him when I was visiting I was there for the holidays visiting my family up in Boston for Christmas and New Year's. So I met Joey at Castro's, and he staged it. But one of the girls walked in. I think she might have been a bartender working there or something. And she walked in and stopped and looked at me and was like, "Hey, aren't you the guy that's in the magazine? Aren't you that guy that's like a public figure now or something like that?" I'm like, "I know what this is about." Joey had something to do with this. Yeah, it was funny. It took me by surprise. It was funny. He totally staged that, set me up.
That's Joey. He's a fun guy. He's a fun guy. Yeah. It's crazy time. Because like he doesn't live too far away from us, which we didn't know until like a little while ago. But
yeah, that's right.
Joey, we're getting a cigar soon.
I know.
I say it all the time, but
I had reached out to him a month ago. Then he said he was going to be down in Florida, and then I forgot. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, dude, we got to make this happen. Joey, you got to send me a message like right now. Remind me, please. Jesus, it's funny because like I hadn't met him, and he lives like 25 minutes away, and then I get down to the Great Smoke. Area. I get down to the Great Smoke, and I met him for the first time. I'm like, dude, like you live 25 minutes away, but I had to fly all the way down to West Palm Beach to meet you. It's crazy.
See, that's what Florida does, though.
And he was just in our town. Yeah, he was just in our town. It's insane. I don't know how we keep missing him. It's nuts.
That's funny.
Ooh. So. Yeah, I want to do our top three segment now.
Yep.
This one, it's a little bit of a tribute. Today, for those who don't know, the news that actor Ray Liotta has passed away at the age of 67.
Yeah, can't believe it.
I think all of us here, we know who Ray Liotta is. I was surprised how many people didn't know who Ray Liotta was. I was like, really? What's wrong?
How can you not?
I know. I'm not talking just like the younger people too, who like, all right, you're 21, okay.
Yeah.
I asked a lot of like older guys at work today, and they're like, "Who?" And I was like, "Field of Dreams, Goodfellas." They're like, "Oh,
at least Goodfellas, at least those two, I mean,
I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, 67. He passed away in his sleep in Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. Wow. He was shooting a new movie. I think it was called Dark Waters or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, he passed away, and which is sad. Nicole actually.
Yep.
Actually, Nicole could tell the story. She actually met Ray Liotta a few times.
He was just, yeah, he was as equally as funny and nice as you would picture him to be. So the last spa I was managing was for a big hotel in Boston. He was shooting something. He came and got 3 facials. Not the dirty kind, just facials. But
Hey.
he joked around with all the girls on my team, and just like he was the most humble, one of the most humble like movie stars we ever had in there for sure.
Yeah.
He was a sweetheart. So
He had that vibe, like it wasn't BS. Like he really was a good guy.
Mhm.
yeah.
I've always liked him.
I remember I told Carney when I was like, hey, I'm like, Ray Liotta died. He was like, what? He's like, dude, I love him. I'm like, I know, right? I'm like, it's blown away. But in honor of Ray,
You got to do the introduction.
I will. And our top 3 segment tonight is brought to you by Room 101 Cigars.
Watch the Smokin Tabacco show. Eat your vegetables. Take your vitamins. Smoke Room 101.
Boom.
That's right. You heard
From
it.
our friend Matt Booth.
You heard it from the man himself. I mean, I don't have anything else to give. He just put it right there. So, obviously, wasn't the only kind of movie role he had, but Goodfellas, I would say, other than Field of Dreams, is probably his biggest credit in his life. But in honor of that, and in honor of Amendola, it's Italian night. Jeff, your 3 favorite mafia movies of all time.
Ooh, so that's tough because I'm like tinkering on 4 or 5.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
But off the bat, Goodfellas.
Yep.
Definitely. I mean, not just because of Ray Liotta, but because of Ray Liotta. He made that movie. Oh, that's all fantastic movie. Goodfellas, I have to put in Bronx Tale. That's
good choice.
I love the Bronx Tale. I mean,
I cry.
I love that movie. I could watch it 1,000 times.
Freddie had 5 fingers, but he only used 3.
Oh yeah, man! All the little and then what's his name? Sonny.
Sonny. Was it Sonny? Yeah, Sonny had 5 fingers. Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah. But the director Chaz Palminteri, I don't know if you know his background, but he has his own podcast now.
Oh, he does?
Unbelievable story how that came about. But anyway, Bronx Tale, Goodfellas. The third, I'm torn between.
We'll give you some honorable mentions. So you got to pick.
Okay.
I got another one for you after that's related to this theme, but it's a little different because I'm curious what you'll say.
Okay. I'm torn between The Godfather and Donnie Brasco. I love The Godfather.
Which
it
one?
It has to be there. 2 is my favorite.
Okay.
2 is my favorite. I actually just got done watching 1. I went back, I just was eating pasta and drinking wine. I felt like I should watch The Godfather and smoke a cigar. It was great. But I do love, honorable mention would be Donnie Brasco.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was going to say, if you had to rank the 3 Godfather movies, what would they be?
2, 1, 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like 2 because, I mean, 1 is one's like classic staple, but I say 2 as my number 1 because I love how they go back to Italy and show the history of the Godfather as a kid coming to America, and I love that the historical factor of how they did that, which was really awesome. And that's always been kind of my favorite one. 2, 1, 3.
Yeah, I would probably go with you on that one too.
Yeah.
For me, you named a lot of good ones. I probably would say Goodfellas would be in the top 3. I might go. My number 1 is also my number 1 movie of all time, and you did not mention it. And when I say it, I think you're gonna be like, "Oh shit!" But I would definitely put Goodfellas in there. I might go Godfather 1, but at number 1, I'm going Casino.
Oh, Casino's great. I love. See, I know it's another one. I mean, definitely deserves an
that's
honorable.
probably my number 1 all-time movie.
That's a great movie. Well, you know what else would be an honorable mention, and it wasn't really publicized that much. but the first Gotti movie. I don't know if you remember that. It
First
came
Gotti
out.
movie.
Yeah. When did it come out?
I don't know if I saw that one. There's the
Man.
newer one with John Travolta, right? I didn't see
Yeah.
it. I didn't see it.
I didn't.
No good?
It was okay, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
The newer ones the new mob movies that come. It was just doesn't. In my opinion, they don't have that same grittiness or authenticity. I don't know, but the original Gotti movie with what's his name?
Armando Sante?
Armando Sante.
Yeah.
Bro.
Coop had him on the
It's
show.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay, watch that movie if you get a chance. That is like the most underrated mob movie out there, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Armando Sante was in it. A lot of known guys, not a lot of known actors, but I can't think of all of them right now. But yeah. That's definitely a honorable mention. And if you haven't seen the original Gotti, do yourself a favor, watch that one.
Now Skip mentioned Scarface. Now the only thing he didn't specify, if he's talking about the original Scarface movie, that one was more of a mob
Cubans,
movie, right?
Mob, Cuban.
Yeah. The newer Scarface with Pacino from the 80s was not necessarily a mob movie. That was more of a Cuban,
like a cartel,
drug lord.
like a drug lord. Yeah.
Not really mafia. I wouldn't really put that in the mafia category, but
no, because it wasn't mafia. It wasn't It wasn't a mob movie.
No, it was not.
Great
movie.
I love Scarface.
Who doesn't? My man.
It's phenomenal.
Oh, fantastic.
What was the other honorable mention? No, that's it.
Bronx Tale's a good one though. And
I love Bronx Tale.
what was the one? What was the one with Christian Slater? It was set back in the beginning, in the 30s, when the five families were coming about. It had like Maya Lansky, Lucky Luciano. You know what I'm talking about? What was that one called? That was a good one too.
That was good. What was that called?
Oh man, I feel like Joey's gonna know.
Audience, pipe in.
Joey.
Ask the audience.
Joey, I know you know this one too.
Wait, what was that?
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw it, I was sick in bed watching TV, like, HBO channel was on, the movies were just going, I was just sitting there like, and it came on, I was like, oh shit, this movie's good.
Was it that one?
No, Boardwalk Empire was a show.
That was a show. I mean, it had those connotations in it,
Yeah. It was that same time period. It was
Lucky Luciano was featured in it, like with the families.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like the beginning of the five families, I think.
Yeah. I've seen it a few times.
All right,
I can't
come
think
on,
of the name
Google.
of it. I know. I look at my phone, but I'm using my phone for this.
Joey, he said I cut out for a minute, but we're talking about shows. No, we're talking about what's the movie with Christian Slater plays Lucky Luciano, mob movie. Maya Lansky was that other dude there. Oh, what's his name? Is it Patrick Dempsey? He played Maya Lansky. What movie was that? Oh, it's gonna kill me now. That was a good movie. I think it came out, I want to say, like late 90s, maybe.
Yeah.
Was it? It wasn't Mobsters, was it?
I don't think so.
I know there's a movie Mobsters, but I don't think that's it. Oh man, it's gonna kill me.
Oh, and you said it was Patrick Dempsey.
He was in it. I don't know. Nicole will find it. I know she's gonna find it. But anyway, in the meantime, here we go. Now she's got the. It was Mobsters.
Just Mobsters.
It was.
Was it? Okay.
It was Mobsters,
okay.
1991. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch that. I haven't seen that in a long time. That was a good one.
That was a good one. I remember when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is pretty good. But yeah, so in honor of Ray Liotta tonight, I figured I'd bring that up. I feel it was also kind of fitting.
Yeah, funny thing about that is, over the years, I became friends with the actor that played the young Ray Liotta in that movie, Chris Cerrone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like, hey Ma, look, the kid doing the cigarettes and all that.
Yeah.
All my life I wanted to be a gangster. That was him. So we became friends through Instagram. This is back maybe 2018. I sent him a a nice little pack, like cigars, a little bottle of scotch, and one of our Amendola boxes. And I was like, hey, thanks for your friendship and reaching out and whatever. And since then, we became pretty good friends. We talk all the time. And he wants to do a Goodfellas event with us and come out and we'll do have the movie playing. He'll sign autographs as the young Henry Hill, and pay homage to the movie. And now that unfortunately Ray Liotta died, that I think this would be a good time to really get that event going,
Yeah.
and have him come out. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, that would.
Thinking about doing it in New York. We want to do it in New York City.
Oh, you have to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really
So
good time.
stay tuned for that. We might.
Let us know.
Might try
Maybe
to
we'll
do
take
it.
a road trip.
Yeah, that one I might make a road trip for. I mean, we're not that far away. I mean,
Nah, a couple
3
hours.
hours.
yeah, I'll drive
Come on.
down.
Yep.
We haven't really done. I haven't been to New York in a couple years now. So
Me either. Since before the
Oh, yeah.
pandemic.
yeah, I don't think I've been down there since I want to say like 2016.
Chris and I were there last week. We had some really good events in the city. I'd like to give a shout out actually to Barclay Rex Cigar Lounge. Have you heard of that store?
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's the oldest tobacconist, owned by Italian, started by an Italian immigrant pipe maker, him and his son.
Yep.
The daughter, I think it's the daughter or the granddaughter, runs it now. But the history with that is, it's awesome. I love that place.
And where is it?
Great.
Manhattan.
It's on Pearl Street, lower Manhattan. Yeah, lower
Okay.
East Side. Awesome spot, man. They have a
Wow.
key fob entry for the upper private room. Beautiful, beautiful. But it's so authentic and old school. I love it. And then we were at, big shout out to our guys at South Shore Cigar Club in Long Island, Chris and Evan. They got a great shop. Love those guys. A lot of love out there, man. All the Italian guys came out. Bill Ragone came with a big ass cannoli, the cannoli cannon for everybody. It was nice. It was good.
So Jeff, I just
Good time up there.
took the band off this Naturale, and on
Mhm.
the inside, you have something in there. Is that Honore?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Honor.
Honor. Okay.
So our tagline has always been honor, respect, loyalty. And on the bands, all the bands have it, but it's in Italian. But on the outside of the band, it says rispetto, which is respect, lealtà, loyalty, here. And when you open it up, honore is on the inside, honor.
I don't know.
So
how I
honor,
never
respect,
noticed
loyalty.
That.
Yeah.
That's
Subtle.
awesome.
I'm
It's
looking-
subtle. Yeah.
I was gonna say I looked, but like I also butchered my bands.
I know.
I feel like an
Yeah, I
asshole.
know.
Like,
Doesn't know how to.
Well, a lot of people don't look at, they take them
Yeah.
off and
Yeah.
but if you actually pay attention, it has a whole honor, respect, loyalty theme on the band, each band.
Wow, that's awesome. It's a nice touch.
Mhm.
Let's see. Where are we at here? Getting towards the end of the show here. As we wrap up, we're
Yes.
still just past the hour mark. Jeff, it's been a blast. I love getting to catch up with you anytime we get to have you guys on the show. Chris did not make
Absolutely.
it, but that's okay.
He's a bum.
I want to play along with you, but I love Chris too much. I do. I love him too much.
Priorities, Chris. Priorities.
Oh man, I'll let you ration for it, But Chris, I love you, man. I really do. I miss you guys so much. Hopefully, we get to see you at PCA. I'm sure
Yes.
you'll keep everyone updated on.
Yeah. We're trying to figure that all out now, but hopefully it works out.
Yeah, that would be really cool to see you guys. But if you don't go, obviously, we know why, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's completely understandable. But yeah, no. Thank you for coming back. You guys have done a tremendous job. In your whole history, but especially in the last year since we've talked to you on the
Yeah,
show.
man.
So I would keep that up. It's obviously you guys got some things going in the works. Always moving forward, making some moves,
Yep.
got some plans.
That's it.
It's all the things you want to hear and see out of an up and coming brand. So that's all I got for you guys. Just keep it up. Just keep making the cigars. The cigars are great. Don't change anything
Thanks, bro.
unless for some reason they just become better. But they're already pretty fucking good. So don't change.
Nah,
them.
we don't want to change it, man. We just want to add new amazing cigars to the lineup,
Yeah.
Which I gotta get you guys some of the prototypes we're working on with Martinez.
Yeah, I gotta
That's
try those.
it's a very special blend, man. It's something I don't think they've ever done before, honestly. Um, yeah, it definitely has our touch on it, and I'm excited about that cigar a lot. It's gonna be good.
Absolutely. Well, Jeff, thank you for being here with us. We really
My pleasure.
appreciate it. It's been a blast. We love having you on the show. Um, there'll be more PCA talk coming up, guys, as we continue to move forward. We're getting into June soon. It's Memorial Day weekend, which means we are just about 1 month out before we are on the ground. We'll be on the ground in Las Vegas first week of July for PCA. We'll have a lot more conversations. Don't miss at the end of the month. I think it's
So next week is Carney going to be on next week?
it's tough to say because it changes. I think as of right now, I think John will be back. Next week there is no guest. It's going to be an open show. We're going to do kind of something a little different. But we're still working on that. Week after that, we have Dave Arlinghouse from Cigar Life Guy. It'll be a different show. He's not a manufacturer. He's not a retailer. He specializes in life insurance for cigar smokers. Which is very
Interesting.
interesting. He's a fun guy. He's an awesome guy. We've met him at shows before.
Yeah.
We're gonna have him come on. The week after that, we have Erin Holland from the PCA coming on the show. It'll be her first podcast appearance ever. I promise that we'll go very easy with her. We won't overwhelm her. But in the spirit of pre-game PCA season, I thought it would be fitting to have her make her debut, and we also get to talk to her
Nice.
about some stuff that we can expect to see at PCA, as well as get to know her a little bit better as we get into that. Week after that, we have Dan Thompson from the Micallef Cigars, amazing group. They will be back on the show with Dan Thompson, talking about what they have going on, talking about making their return to PCA. And then on the 30th will be our PCA pregame roundtable show, which will feature myself and Nicole, William Cooper, the guys from How About That Cigar, Bear Duplessis, and I think there's a few more I haven't confirmed with yet, but there's going to be a couple of us.
It's a media show where we're going to chat about what we hope to see at the show, as well as I hope people in the audience will chime in on what type of content they want to see also
Yeah,
for anything extra.
that's a big one, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to see specifically from the show outside of the regular interviews or questions, comments, concerns you have for us being at the show and what you want us to deliver, it would be a great time to chime in. But we're going to talk about kind of what we expect. That pregame show on Super Bowl Sunday, that's our, what do we expect to see next week when we get on the ground. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a really fun show. And then the week after that, we'll be in Las Vegas. And I don't even know.
We may or may not do a show.
There may or may not be a
Depends.
show.
It's also my birthday week, so
It's
PCA.
it's tough for
Hey.
us to do a show while we're out there because not that we can't put one together. We always have space to do it. It's just the time. There's not enough time for us to do a show. But I have an idea in the works, and I'm waiting to hear back from some people. There could be a takeover that week where someone else will take over the show for us. But I need to touch base with that. So more information on that will come. But we have time before we get to that. Other than that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Facebook, YouTube, also everywhere you can find your podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week. Take care, guys.
bye everyone.
Thank you, guys.